Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Brandon Thomas with another video. Today I'm premiering a new series on my channel called The Underrated. This series will showcase films and on occasion video games and other media that may have flown under the radar in terms of general public interest. With The Underrated, my goal is to convince those who may not have been aware of the subject in question to seek out the means to experience it for themselves, whether it's watching it on Netflix, renting it from Redbox, or even borrowing it from someone who may own said item. The first subject in this particular series, in which I will briefly discuss, is entitled Lucky Number Slevin. Lucky Number Slevin, known as The Wrong Man in Australia, released on April 7, 2006 in the US and Canada, February 24, 2006 in the UK, and January 11, 2007 in Germany. The film stars Josh Hartnett, Bruce Willis, Lucy Liu, Morgan Freeman, Sir Ben Kingsley, and Stanley Tucci. Lucky Number Slevin is directed by Paul McGugan and written by Jason Smilovic. The film released in approximately 2,000 theaters in the US and Canada with a gross of $22.4 million domestically. The film fared slightly better internationally with a total of $33.8 million, adding up to a worldwide gross of $56.3 million. Against a $27 million budget, it was a financial success. With the critics, however, it received mixed reviews, with a notable review citing that it was a ripoff of Pulp Fiction with a convoluted plot and over-stylized characters. Audiences differed greatly on this film as shown by Rotten Tomatoes, with the film sitting at 87% compared to a Rotten score of 51% from 154 reviews from critics. Lucky Number Slevin is a crime thriller that focuses on an average guy named Slevin Kulevra, who is played by Josh Hartnett. Kulevra becomes a victim of mistaken identity as he visits New York City to stay at his friend Nick Fisher's apartment. During this time, he encounters an interesting cast of characters, namely Fisher's next-door neighbor Lindsay, who is played by Lucy Liu, two feuding crime bosses named the Boss and the Rabbi respectively, who are played by screen legends Morgan Freeman and Sir Ben Kingsley, with a homicide detective that is hounding our main character, and that particular homicide detective has a checkered past. This particular detective is played by, of course, Stanley Tucci. Slevin is put through an unusual series of events that require him to carry out tasks for his friend that has apparently acquired a huge debt with both crime bosses. In the background, a seasoned assassin who goes by the name of Mr. Goodcat, who is played by Bruce Willis, operates behind the scenes, observing every move our protagonist makes. Now that I gave you a brief synopsis of what this film is about, the most important thing and the key question is, why do I think you should watch it? Mistaken identity is very rarely a trope in film nowadays, and the most notable film that succeeded in that is Alfred Hitchcock's North by Northwest, where we saw Cary Grant endure and overcome attacks from all sides as he's accused of being a government spy named George Kaplan. Lucky Number Slevin is no North by Northwest, but it does provide some great entertainment and performances, namely from Josh Hartnett, Lucy Liu, Morgan Freeman, and Sir Ben Kingsley. The chemistry between Hartnett and Liu was very entertaining to see, as we see their characters evolve from strangers to lovers over the course of the film. Freeman and Kingsley's performances are key examples as to why they are true masters of their craft. We truly can believe the sordid and violent history that both characters shared, which began their long-standing feud. This film is not for the faint of heart, as it features some graphic and stylized violence, yet it is not gratuitous, as it better serves the story. Lucky Number Slevin contains constant references to North by Northwest, which are a nice touch, as the filmmakers are not ashamed to admit that this particular film borrows from the Hitchcock classic. The set design really reflects the personalities of each character, with the boss's flashy and modern penthouse suite to the rabbi's simplistic but homely office. The boss prides himself on obtaining the best by doing whatever it takes to get it. The rabbi, as his name suggests, is a very righteous man who honors tradition and values, which is showcased by how understated his domain is. The use of lighting in this film truly makes it unique, reminiscent of a Frank Miller comic with a bit of Wong Kar-wai thrown into the mix. Yet, the biggest reason why you should watch it is the twist. This is the film that warrants multiple viewings. In the first viewing, I didn't catch all the pieces set in motion throughout the film's plot. Yet, thanks to purchasing the Blu-ray, I was able to see those breadcrumbs being set that led to the film's climax. It is an interesting take on the mistaken identity trope, and one that pays off once the film ends. If you are interested, and if you're more of a film snob like I am, listen to the film's commentary tracks that are available, with stars Josh Hartnett, Lucy Liu, the director Paul McGugan, and screenwriter Jason Sumovic. You will gain a bit more insight into their conceptualization of the film and its inspirations. Lucky Number Slevin is considered a cult classic thanks to its success in rental and DVD and Blu-ray sales. It is a movie that provides an interesting take on the thriller genre. It is underrated due to the fact that I have not heard many people reference or talk about this particular film. Word of mouth was this film's greatest ally, and it features great performances. Plus, this is one of the few films in recent memory where Bruce Willis doesn't mail in a performance. Lucky Number Slevin is a stylized and entertaining movie that warrants more than one viewing to pick up on the subtle glances and actions of key characters during certain situations. If you are a fan of crime thrillers with a unique twist, I wholeheartedly recommend this movie. Anyway guys, that does it for this particular video. This is the first video in my new series called The Underrated. If you enjoyed this particular series, let me know by leaving a like, hitting the like button. Leave any constructive criticism or feedback that you have down in the comments below. And if you're interested in seeing this series progress even further, please do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button. This is Brandon Thomas signing off. I hope you guys have a great day.